Hello.
What's
What's up, guys?
up?
Hey, lady.
What's up, everyone?
Hello.
What's up, Beijing?
You guys hear us okay? Is it okay like this? So that we have the middle of the mic like this so you can hear me loud?
We can hear you.
Definitely.
So Loud's here. He came all the way from Amsterdam.
What? That is amazing.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
And he just been in Portugal like 5 days ago or something like that.
Damn. World
That's
traveler
Damn.
going everywhere.
Yeah. As he said in the beginning of the call, he's like, I just need to show up. Yeah, this is so true. You know, we just need to show up.
Mm.
That's my job now. I show up. That's it. That's all we need, and all the magic just shows up and then alongside us. This is what life is about, is just creating magic.
Yes.
Soon, hopefully, everyone will be in Alberta. You guys will all come here out all together.
Let's go.
I'll show up.
The magnetism. The magnetism that we were talking before.
How's everyone doing?
Yeah.
Good.
We're doing great. We're doing great. Sigitas, you're not in your old land. Where are you now?
I am in somewhere. Wait, let me see. France. Oh yeah, there is a couple of rockets standing over there in my rocket and the tank. I don't know if you see. Still in France, getting closer to border of Germany.
Do you want to give us updates about your give everyone updates about what's been happening with the rocket and the journey for you?
Oh, it's crazy. So yesterday we were speaking with Eric, and the car was breaking down literally. Like the water was for something in engine stuck, or I don't know. We went to mechanics. We calculated. One gave a estimation for like 3,000 euros to fix it, and I was like, oh, that's a fucking bummer. And we had a conversation with Eric after, and it was a lot of energy released. And I was just sitting in the car. We had a good meal, and then I felt like driving, no matter that the car is broken and the water is leaking, and like just fucking hit the road. I asked the universe, should I go? And the universe is like, yes, go. I get the immediate answer. I jump in the van, all fucking pissed off, nervous. I don't know where I'm going. My mind is going bunkers, and I sit and start driving. And I just chose to drive it slowly because not to overheat the car and be cautious and all angry. And Sarah was asking, "Hey, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Please don't talk now." And I'm just like full on in anger and rage, and just continue driving. And the water drops, the light goes on. I fill up the water. I stop. Then I stop again. And then give it a little rest, and I continue drive. So we drive like 40 kilometers an hour, 50 kilometers an hour, and I'm like, all right, it feels anyway better than just standing in somewhere in France and not knowing what to do. It's just like I'm gonna move slowly, and I don't know what's happened, but it's a true miracle. The car stopped leaking. Now I was driving 80 kilometers an hour. Everything is functioning. I don't understand what the fuck was going on, but I was definitely sensing that something was energetically beyond mechanics, beyond matter. But now here we are driving it, and the car healed itself. I have not put anything, no, didn't move any parts. The parts were breaking before, so I fixed three pipes because we were just exploding of the pressure. And now we are on the road again. It seems or it feels exciting. I'm kind of driving it slowly, and I'm like, what? Is it true? Is it possible? What happened? How come? What's going on? Is just beyond any logical explanation. Like mechanics, Like I went to Mercedes Center, I went to another, all like engine kaput. We need to change the engine. We need to fix the engine. You know, like it's just big problem. And voila. I have no idea what happened. Thank you for all the prayers to so many people. People were asking what is needed, and we were like, yeah, prayers and just the beautiful intentions. Send love. It sounds weird, but love, it seems like the thing.
It's not
Yeah.
weird at all. Actually, it's amazing because that's the
Mm.
magic of our lives now. We get to all tap into that essence, and all of the uniqueness starts to just show up because you know, we are magic, all of us.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if you remember, Eric, like it reminded me now somehow the story when Dr. Joe was sharing about when it comes to that level of it just doesn't make sense anymore. The Dr. Joe was sharing once about being late in the meeting due to a flight, and he was, no, I'm gonna get in the meeting no matter how, but I'm gonna be there on time. And the flight, he gets 1 hour later, that the flight got moved 1 hour earlier, so he made it on time. And yeah, it's just cool. Magic is happening. A rocket is flying.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're amazing, man.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so nice to see you shining, brother.
Thank you. Yeah, it's good to feel that we are getting close. We are halfway through, 2,000 kilometers left to Lithuania. So yeah.
Beijing, Shaw, do you guys want to share any updates, any things that you want to touch on?
No, the only thing that could come into my head was just like we're just extremely busy, but that's not a fun update. That's just the truth.
So what about the heart? What can come into your heart instead of your head?
I had an amazing introduction with this young woman yesterday named Anna, who is now potentially interested in becoming a part of our team. We'll see what happens with that. I had some doubts coming in, but it was really beautiful because I had the space at the Oneness Center for ACOM to share about the festival. So I did, and then I just felt it from her very strongly, like she was seeking some expansion, something new, something divine, something different to come into her life. So I just was like, let me know if this is misaligned and I'm just completely reading this wrong, but I feel like you might want to check out like what we're doing at RQ Global and find something new. I just felt that expansion. She was like, yes. And it just was really beautiful. Like it felt like it was meant to be. Like, so we really needed that because we need more people coming in. So it was really amazing timing. Yeah.
Where was this when did you feel it? Oneness Yoga Center where?
It was yeah, in Berkeley.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So that was really nice.
That's good. It's
Shaw,
amazing.
I'm curious.
I'm
curious, Shaw, about have you processed more what we were talking about last Friday about your intention and stepping in if you have anything.
Stepping in or not. Yeah. I have to some degree, but I feel like it's still not fully refined where like it doesn't ever not happen
Beautiful.
anymore. Yeah, of course. But I would say that it definitely has. I've started to witness when I'm talking bullshit a lot more than when I'm actually like speaking my truth and then like actually knowing that I'm gonna hold myself accountable to it, right? Because
Yeah.
it's very unconscious the moments where I'm like, Yeah, no, I'll do that, and then I'll do it, and then I'm like, "Oh, fuck, I really committed to that," and then I have to do it, and then I'm like, "That was very just happened," you know what I mean? I didn't really mean for
Yeah,
that to happen, so
yeah,
it's been good to start to
beautiful.
reflect on it more. Yeah, thank you for asking. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm curious, man. I'm curious because I recognize the same pattern in me in the past. You know, I would over commit, and then I would be like suffering within on like, because I want to live up to my words. I want to live up to my what I say, and then like I
Right.
was like, fuck, why the fuck did I said that? I don't feel it anymore. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel that
Yeah.
so heavily.
So
I still deal with it, but yeah.
yeah, it's
Thank you.
beautiful that you're recognizing more and more of, you know, where like it's an integrity, I guess. Again, like
Mm,
feeling that where it's coming, and like it's just practice to say no if it's a no,
right.
or like be open about, you know, flexibility. I guess also it's a good one.
That's true. Yeah,
Mm.
that's so true.
Mm.
Thank you.
Grateful for you, brother.
Grateful for you. I'm curious to hear more about Lao. More about you, Lao.
Me too.
What about me? What do you want to know?
Who you I mean, I've seen you in the Lighthouse community, just more about who you are. I don't know, I'm just curious.
Um, I'm um, I'm um, I'm from Amsterdam. That's where I live. I have a wife and a little 6-year-old boy. And I've been I've been doing studies to enrich myself with whatever curiosity started tickling me, because I used to work in real estate. So first running a construction company and fixing up houses, and then just managing real estate. And this gave me the opportunity to own my time. So really own my time. And I didn't know for how long I was going to do this, but I spent years really doing nothing more than accepting life day by day and seeing how creativity in me would develop. And I gave it a lot of time. I've done this several times in my life where I just moved everything out of my life to allow for creativity to exist, because it requires me to be bored first before I become creative. Um, so after a couple of years of just enjoying my life, and I was living in France at the time, in the Alps, in the mountains. Um, After a couple of years, I found out about Bitcoin, and this really changed the way I started taking in information. So I started reading, and I couldn't stop reading. So I read uh, close to 4,000 hours of reading now, and it's been amazing, because my interest stayed. I kept my interest, and uh, this has given me a solid basis to explain this to people, to explain what I've found out, what I've discovered about this, and how it's going to change the world, and how it's going to change um, local communities, and how it's going to change how we relate, how it's going to change how states are organized, how government is organized. And I'm starting to see
all the implications of it projected into a very far future. And I'm excited to find also now something to do with it, because for a long time it just remained studying, and now with Eric we found something to actually spend our time on, to work with and to develop. So I'm really excited, and I feel boundless amounts of energy to just commit to this project. And I see it's going to change how the energy sector worldwide is organized, and it's just beautiful to be able to do this, to sort of feel the gratitude I feel is towards having the feeling of being chosen to do this instead of making my own choice. Something chose for me to do this. That's how it feels, and I feel grateful for this. So I'm committing to this project. And in the meantime, I'm also committed to my son and my wife. It's beautiful to be a father. I hope for everybody to become a parent and to have this in their lives, because it's the most natural and beautiful thing you can give from yourself, to allow this experience that we all have to pass it on to another generation. To feel that gratitude, if it's allowed. I only had one son. I wanted more children, but sometimes we're not allowed more. So
Thank you.
that's where I am now.
That's beautiful.
We're so blessed to have him, and I'm so blessed to welcome him like here home. He's been spending time and connecting deeply with my mom and my dad, and it's been amazing to observe the element of even the development of my parents being around people that we trust and love, and then seeing my parents break their own patterns. It's been amazing to discover that and observe that, and then allowed to hold the space for that also, to allow them to kind of be uncomfortable, but all of a sudden break through and become comfortable. It's really beautiful. It actually just happened at the breakfast table. We had it, and then we talked about it, and then we had a prayer around after. Let's go Bitcoin. It was amazing.
So interesting. I want to hear more. If you want to share what was the like, how did it happen? What
It's
happened?
funny to meet the parents behind. It's always funny to meet the parents behind, or well, not always funny, but in this case, it's heartwarming to get to know them and to see the lovingness that Eric is from. Yeah. And also the little tidbits of family life, where the mom is always over concerned with is everything okay, and
Yeah,
I know that one.
it's good though, where that's the blessing, right? And I think that's where the care comes in for us all, is feeling those nuances and noticing that in mom, and then saying, Mom, it's okay, just relax, enjoy yourself, be in peace, we got this, we're grown men, and we're grateful for you and your support, and I know we're still babies in your eyes, but we're okay, Mom. And it's cool to be able to kind of hold that space for her, so she can just kind of like, you know, and I love watching her just really chill out a bit, so it's cool to pay attention to that.
It's amazing.
Nurturing. Speaking of nurturing, how's Beijing?
I'm great. I can't complain. I've been around nature all week, so I've been grounding myself more. I've been really working on just taking breaks, because I get really stuck in the hyper productive mind of just doing and I forget to step back and take breaks for myself. So yeah, giving myself more love through nature, through walks, through bike rides. Yeah, just more breaks, more pauses rather than just going and doing. Because the more you go and you do, the more in circles you seem to go. So that pause is very, very critical. So yeah, I've been good. I can't complain.
Sometimes those circles they turn into spirals.
Mm. I never thought about it like that. It's a good point.
Infinite levels.
Infinite levels. Mm.
How many weeks you have to till event?
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Yeah, so Sean and I will meet next week. We have an event with another nonprofit that does leadership workshops around the country, but they'll have one in Oregon, in Portland next week. So we'll volunteer, we'll stay the night with them. It's like a 3-day thing. So we'll spend time with their kids. We'll arrive a day earlier so we can spend time with the organizer who's been doing that for 6 years. So he'll connect us with people there. So we'll be in Portland next Tuesday again. And then full on passing flyers everywhere, chalking the sidewalks, whatever we have to do to make sure people show up. So we'll be present in Portland for the next 4 weeks. Really full on.
It's cool. Now you have a lot of practice with that, so it's just gonna be smooth journey there, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
How was it for you? You were going to that DAO event, or what was the event? How was there? I didn't heard.
DAO event?
You
Which event?
Eric. You remember you
Oh, in
touched.
Vancouver, the gala.
Yeah.
You guys want to update us on the
Gala,
gala?
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
good.
What happened there? Because you were driving there together, excited.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, we made some great connections at the gala. I mean, it wasn't many, but it was critical ones. So it was really beautiful. We learned a lot, mostly on how to raise funds because those people are next level. I was just sitting on the table, just looking at how they were just receiving money from people like, oh, you 1,000, you 1,000, you 10,000. I was like, what is this place? What's going on? So it's very cool. I had never experienced that in my life. And also like seeing what kind of people were there, right? So you would think it's entrepreneurs and really big corporations, but yes, that was part of it, but mostly it was like doctors and lawyers and real estate agents. So it was like also regular people that just have success in their careers, but they don't own like multi-billion-dollar companies like you would think. So just seeing the audience of who was there and how everybody was there mostly for like, yes, one mission, but also community. So the community that Cal from the organization there has built is really impressive. So he's been doing a really amazing job in Canada, bringing communities together. So, and that's actually what he told us. Like the reason the galas are done is to build community. So it's always focused on community more than let's just raise money. That's almost like a bystander. Like it's what happens when you build community. So we got a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge. What else did we do? Yeah, we met a couple of really good people that are also in the leadership space. We met with a nonprofit that helps immigrants that come in to adapt into Canada. So it's really, really interesting. Like just really being part of this nonprofit organization world has been really eye-opening because I never realized how much support and help there is for humanity out there. You don't really know until you start searching. So there's a lot of people that are doing beautiful things for humanity. So it's also really, really beautiful to see and connect to. So that was really, really beautiful. And they're inviting us to go back on the 29th to a Rotary Youth Young Adults Club, which is like they'll have a potluck. But I don't know if I'll be able to make it because we have like Indigenous like a summit in Portland that weekend. So how we're gonna split our time is we don't know, but yeah, we're calculating how that's gonna play out. Most of the time we just decide the day before because I don't know. It's just like almost like flow. Just if we plan it, then it's like we're committed, but then something happens that makes us, I don't know, I just feel like being more in flow in that is gonna probably work out better rather than they said they're open to just letting us come in whenever we want, if we want to come. So we left that door open and see what happens. So hopefully I mean, I would love to do both, go the Indigenous Summit and do the Vancouver. Because those are all young adults and they're all our target. So they're 18 to 30 and they're all doing leadership stuff in Canada. So we'd really good to connect to them.
Maybe there's a way to one of you do one and the other one does the other.
Yeah. I just really want to be at the Indigenous one because it's like, it's my thing. Like I love ancient wisdom and Indigenous cultures and sending shot to Vancouver. I mean, he could, I guess, but it's.
Why don't you ask him?
Would you like to go to Vancouver, Shane?
Why don't you ask him and see? Like
That's a good point.
Like, can I rephrase the question?
Yeah,
Sean,
like
what do you feel? What do you feel?
I
What do
just
you
already
feel?
kind of know the answer, but yeah, it's not just to ask.
you're creating that story. You're creating
Well,
that story. Yeah.
I'm trying to differentiate my feeling from my head right now because I have my head going off about this whole situation for sure.
Yeah. I hear you.
Right.
I hear you.
So
So hold on, before you answer that, Meijing, remember we talked about this on the Monday. We talked about, hey, let's let go of the pattern of expectation and turn it into the component of appreciation. And you're jumping back into that pattern real fast, right? And we're all observing that here in the present moment, right? It's about, hey, instead of making the direction of choosing to say, hey, this is what I know to be the answer, or creating that story, or even not asking, you're assuming, which makes an ass out of you and me, right? Which is the word assume, that's what it spells out to say ASUME. So it really creates that essence, and that instead of appreciating and just saying, hey, you know what, like we have these options, maybe we can talk about it now. What do you guys think? Shaw, what do you think? And it really creates that level of camaraderie, right? And I can reflect back with our brothers here, Lau and Sagitas, that this is something that we do regularly. All of us, we ask each other questions. We get curious about one another's wisdom. We are here to support. We are co-leading in a space where we all have different roles and responsibilities. And so it's extremely important that we are paying attention to one another's wisdom, because otherwise we're making it just about us or one person. And we all know, right, that it's not about any one of us. It's about all of us. So by creating curiosity and playfulness in the element of getting wanting Shaw to be part of this, he has to have an active role. It can't be a direction of you telling. It has to be a space of you being curious. So this is something I invite you to pay more attention to again, and I'm going to keep capturing these patterns from you so that you really break them. Otherwise, the universe is going to go at some point, and it's not going to be fun. It's going to be more painful than ever.
yeah. And it's really subtle. I just felt like sharing, and anytime that it happens unconsciously, and sometimes I'm not even the most aware of it, it definitely it gets my anger going, you know what I mean? And so I don't want that to get to be such a repetitive cycle where I don't even want to help you anymore or work with you. You know what I mean? So that's really what I honestly felt, is just at a deeper level. That's what happens. About Vancouver, I don't know if I can commit to that right now. Just honestly, because reflecting on all the conversations we had about overcommitting, I don't feel like I'm gonna overcommit myself right now. I'll have to see what happens.
Love you, Sean.
Love you too,
Inspiring
man.
to
Yeah.
witness this. So beautiful. That's it.
Thank you. Love you too, man.
Do you have any reflections you want to share about the feelings?
Me? I don't know. I don't understand the
context.
yeah, the context and the interviews. But I'm just here to listen.
Observe. So I
Meijing,
think that
how I'm curious about Meijing. Meijing, how do you feel about all this reflection?
Yeah, I can totally see how I need to be more curious and involve Shaw. I just feel him. So like I feel like we're one. So like I know it's kind of offensive sometimes, but I just kind of already knew. So like I said we're gonna wait till closer to the time because it's like that's how we kind of flow. And then like from there we're like, okay, do we stay? Do we go? And then we just go. And it's more through feeling. But yeah, I get it. I need to be more direct in the communication and just let him talk. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna be more. Just allow him that space. So, but I have also been during the week. It's helped a lot as well. Like he's come to me and he's asked for guidance, like asking me for help. But I also have been like, no, Sha, this is your space. Like I don't want it to be mine. I want you to be like flower, do your thing. So I'm really working on empowering that on him so he can create it through his own essence rather than Meijing says how. Even though he's like still very accustomed to it because he comes in to ask me how, and I'm like, no, you how you show up in your own essence, and because it's in him, He's a very powerful being. So I'm being more trusting, and I'm being more allowing that space, and yeah, I just need to be a little bit more curious. I think in that sense, or I want to speak about the team and have him have his opinion on how we approach things overall.
So what do you feel?
I feel like definitely that's true. She has been helping me a lot more step into that. And also I would say at many times it's true, like it's important that I just figure it out for myself instead of asking a question. But there are also some times where I do because you have more knowledge on the topic. It's just for curiosity's sake and for saving time's sake to ask you a question. It's honestly more beneficial than for me to spend 2 hours, trying to figure it out, which might be important. But if it's something quick and easy and I can just ask you, then it's like, why wouldn't I ask? You know? So I feel like there's both. But definitely that's a case.
Yeah, I agree. I it's a yes and, there's an ability to get where you need to go and then ask for support. And Beijing is also one part of many parts of support, right? Like you have the whole community of all of us. So there's also being very resourceful with your energy as well, right? So even if Beijing may not be available or figuring out in other ways, you can use that wisdom of getting curious from other people to help your standards so that you can go even above and beyond what anyone else's perspectives may be by utilizing different resources. So remember that, because it's never about one person. It's never about needing to capture energy from one individual. It's about actually utilizing the individual and resourcefulness from everything, because we all have a lot of different intelligence, in having the capacity to get curious about what other uh what other resources are available to you. That's how you will start to become a magnet of manifestation, and you will start to create things from such an eternal source of abundance, because things start to come to you because you are always curious, not about just the one person, because then the one person is realize, wow, this person can find information from everywhere. And by the way, that's what makes you infinite.
Yeah. That's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, I told you that the other day too. Look for information everywhere. Don't depend just on mine.
That's true.
How is your general feeling about, like, I don't know, there is I feel something energetically, like it feels like Meijing, you are like, and it comes somehow towards you, like that the energy is lower for some reason, and I don't know, is like, is like, how are you? Is there everything okay? Like, what's cooking?
For me, or
Yeah,
for Shah? For me.
for you. Yeah.
I mean, I'm stepping into a role that I really don't want to take, which is creating content and doing social media. But besides that, I just, I'm good. I mean, low energy.
I wouldn't say low, but somehow like, no, sorry for putting that label. A low. It's more like there is something I like pulling towards to ask from you. So what's cooking? That's the question.
I'll sit on it and see what it is. Just, I'll feel into it. I'm not sure. Hmm.
You
You
mentioned
said you're
something.
stepping in the role that you don't want to step in, and to
Well, that's
create
new to
content.
me. So it takes more effort. It takes more focus. It takes time. And I'm stepping out of like what Shah's doing now is what I used to do. Like it's very easy for me. So giving that to Shah and saying, you do it how you want to do it. Like don't, it's difficult. It's not easy to just say, here, full trust, do it how you want to do it. So that shift of energy this week has been very necessary, but it's definitely not easy. So just allowing that to sink in, and I don't know, we're just allowing it to flourish how it needs to flourish. But yeah, that shift of energy, it's definitely not easy, at least not for me.
So when you say it's not easy, and that level of trust, I'm curious what you're not trusting about yourself.
I think it's more like control, right? So it's like trusting that things are gonna go out the way. Sorry.
Where do you need to have control? I love it. There's a tank behind Sagitas as we talk about control.
What is that, Tuquitas? Oh,
So where do you need to have control? Where do you need to have control? That's what control does. It creates violence, it creates war, it creates pain.
Well, it's also an expression of experience, of course.
Yeah, just like, I mean, we living in such a different reality today than it used to be. And I think this is just a reminder, you know, like how fucked up situation used to be in the world. And I don't know, for some reason it wanted to show up right now.
Right as you said, control.
I'm curious, what does it say to any of you? Is any like more tank is going on?
For me, I've been reflecting on control all my life, and I've seen it from different perspectives, but now for me, control is about also understanding that some things are not for me to learn in this life, and it's okay. So for me, recognizing that I need other people for certain things in my life, because I feel that I will never control that aspect. So for me, an example is what Eric does with connecting to people is something he is fluent in, and it's a form of communication that I will never have, not in the way he expresses it, not in the way he has control over it. It doesn't suit my energy, and it's okay. And another example for me is social media. I've never been good at social media. I don't understand the way people relate on social media. So it's okay for me to let go that I will never be able to come across as some people do. So I see accounts with large followings, and they do great. They reach a large audience, and they can show up for the things they want to communicate. I'll never be able to do that. And it's okay. And for me, it's also the feeling of control of being able to accept that some things I will not need to learn in my life to be to be the person that I am, and to show up for the things that I feel responsible for, and to allow other people to take care of the things that I will never be good at, because I can't do everything.
Yeah, maybe you know, like we fundamentally even don't want to do everything, and or we don't have to. We get to do what that's the point of following the heart, I guess. Like it's beautiful how that, like I definitely can relate to what you're sharing about social media. I'm like I kind of gave up on that. I'm like, fuck this shit, bullshit, you know. Like and I was just realizing my social media is WhatsApp, Telegram, you know, direct communication. That's my social media. Jing, why do you feel you have to create that content? Like what is going on? Why do you say you have to?
One, we need someone or something to be the light, or just inspire others for the movement. I don't think a logo is gonna do it. I mean, maybe it's possible, but having somebody more as a human, as an example, I guess, being
But
more.
are you sorry for interrupting, but are you example if it's coming not from the right place? You know, if it's something you do that it's against your heart, and your target is the young leaders. So, you know, and if you already targeting for the leaders, they pay attention to energy and
Definitely.
energy, you know, if you're gonna create a content, and so it's just gonna be fake. Sorry for the word.
Yeah, forced, right? So
It's
that's
noise.
why
It's noise. It's noise. Literally.
nice. It's nice. Definitely.
Maybe
Especially
there
if
is
it's
something else. Maybe there is something else there, Jing. Maybe, you know, like maybe, you know, like as simple as we did last time is changing from I have to I get to. Energetical shift, and just be yourself, and, you know, like there is nothing you have to. It comes out of fear, of like not having an event successful, whatever success means. It's all about the journey, anyways. So there is no fuck it up. There is no fuck up in the end.
Yeah. And I think it's also about finding your calling. So allowing yourself to say that you don't feel you want to, and then allowing to also not do it, to say, okay, I'm not going to do it because I really feel like I don't want to. That means it isn't your calling, and it's okay to accept it. Your calling can be somewhere else, and sometimes it means you have to give up everything that is tied to it. But there might be a different way to do exactly what you feel is right for you to do. And it can be that a transition is necessary. So for example, for me, I had to work in construction for years and years and years for me to understand really what selling my time meant to me, feeling locked up in this situation where I felt like I was doing something that was trivial on a cosmic level, trivial on a communal level, and also trivial on an individual level to a certain extent. Of course, I was learning to have discipline, but the discipline was just doing something that I really didn't like doing. And it's okay to spend a couple of years of your life doing something that you have to plow through, but it's the sooner you recognize that sometimes you need to chuck everything and find your calling.
Mijing, I just also want to top it up sorry, are you done, Lau?
Go ahead.
Mijing, you remember our call about magic and magnetism? Like you can do, you're good in that. Just fucking express the need, what you need, and allow the universe to surprise you.
I agree. Yeah, just showing up, like Lau, just showing up magnetizes power. So, I mean, that's how I have been functioning for the last year. Like, I haven't had social media for like 2 years almost, and I was still able to attract beautiful humans and create really powerful projects. And so, yeah, I don't think it's necessary. Absolutely. I mean, there was no social media before. So
do you have any crazy ideas that is out of reality? How to get the event filled, or like anything that is like out of social media norms? That scares you, maybe?
I just need to sit on it and think about it. No, I don't think it scares me. I think it's just I need to get creative. It requires more creativity because it's outside the box. So, I mean, there's definitely ways. Mostly it's magnetizing. We're just one person away, like Jesse Isler says, from really just grabbing the group of youth that we're looking for. 1 or 2 people away. 1 sponsor away. So it's just magnetizing that person, that company, whatever that looks like. But I think we need to take action in order for that to happen. We can't just sit down and meditate.
Would you fund, or would you support somebody who is not following their heart and stepping in the role that they don't want to step into? Would you be that one person? Yeah. So like you and yeah, that's the answer. I leave it there.
I ran a camp at Burning Man for years. It was called Camp Listen. And we had workshops. And we needed to advertise for these workshops. And we always hoped that people would show up. And sometimes we had a workshop and only 2-3 people would show up, and we would have space for 50 people. But then we could reflect on it in the moment or after to see if there was a way to magnetize in a better way. And for me, it felt that there was never really a better way. It happened the way it had to happen.
Mm.
The workshops that very few people would show up were just a lot more intimate. We never had a workshop, thankfully. Nobody showed up. But just having one person show up for a workshop doesn't mean that it is a failure. The quality it can bring for that one person is just the amount of work you've put in, and allowing yourself to be grateful for the quality instead of the quantity in people who show up also allows you to follow your heart, and it creates the magnetism for really seeing that one person, and then it allows for the thing you're really trying to share to exist. Because this openness is really also a stress relief where you get to be in the moment more. You're letting go of the question, did I do okay? You can commit to by accepting that it can never fail, because it's a lesson. You can accept it as it is, and it becomes the opportunity to really follow your heart, follow the energy stream, follow what needs to be.
It's like me and Eric, we started with these calls, and our success is to meet each other already, and the rest is a side effect. The rest is a bonus on everything. Everything what happens in these calls, it's a bonus on having one-on-one time with Eric, and we are equally happy and grateful if only me and Eric on the call. And if somebody shows up, pops in, and people popping in, and it's like, how about you two make a event that it's only about you two, and the rest is just a bonus. So everything you can celebrate in that case. Everything becomes a lesson. Everything becomes a bonus.
Love that perspective.
As Lawa says, one person shows up. Yeah, fuck yeah, that's a deep one. That's gonna be a deep event for one person.
Did you guys hear what Lau said? He said, even if you do that for years. So it's about consistency is the father of mastery. Whatever it takes.
Jing, it seems like you're taking it too serious.
No, it's so deep. So deep. It's good.
Let's take all a deep breath together. Let's do it. Let's fucking break the shit.
This life is that nobody's waiting for you to arrive. You don't have to show up for anyone. You can just show up yourself for years on end, and in this time you can do whatever you like. So whatever you think people expect from you is an illusion. You only
Story.
really need to show up for yourself. And if you do that with self-love, then you'll find out that is an endless energy. So there's more to give. And yeah.
And
things happen.
Meijing is, sorry, Meijing is like the million youth impact that is a side effect. It's a bonus. You anyways, you're not gonna calculate all of them. Like, you know.
That's a great way to see it. Love that perspective so much. Because it allows you to build from your heart. It really does, truly.
It allows you, Meijing, to build from your heart.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not for any expectations or what we need. It's everything else is a bonus. I love that. It's so beautiful. Great perspective. So Sean and I just built whatever it is, the space for us to have fun. Then whoever shows up is gonna have fun because we're having fun.
Fuck yes! I want to be already in that event. I want to come to that event. Just because of that.
Definitely love that. It makes it so much more easy. It makes it more of a playground and then so serious.
And pay attention to the shift in Shaw.
Eric is watching everything. Eric is a fucking mind blowing how he sees everything. Like nothing gets slipped through that awareness. Nothing. The other day I was sharing about my process and I shared about the vision, and he is like, "Bro, on your T-shirt is very clearly written, memories in the making," or what is this? Yeah. He's like, "Oh, okay, thank you."
It was amazing too to observe his shift, and then the sky also shifted. The weather, right? So it's all around us. We just gotta listen. Observe. How do you feel, Shaw?
I feel good. I feel a lot better after that. Switching it to fun. That was like a huge let it go, like amazing. Thank you, Sigitas.
Yeah,
You are
yeah, my intention for this call was to be in service, and like I was like, I need to be in service. I want to be in service, universe. and that was my need. I needed to take care of somehow. You're welcome.
That's the magic of you, my brother, is you're always in service and you're always playful and you allow us to stay weird. Thank you.
I allow. Yes. Here is a permission for all of you. I'm gonna send you a private license. I'm gonna write it down. Like, it's really beautiful. My one friend, very dear brother from Sweden, his name is Frederick. He's very playful, very creative, and he inspired me many years ago. He pulls out his wallet and he pulls out this license to make mistakes. He has gave himself a license to make mistakes.
That's good start. That's so good. Shaw's writing one license down for himself right now.
I am. Make a
I'm gonna make a license to be weird. Like this is like that's it. I'm gonna You're all gonna come for examine. I'm gonna examine all of you. All right. What's the? Is
Super
anybody?
shift, Beijing, super shift in your beingness. It's amazing to observe, and I think that that's in both of you. So keep it light, have fun, and just be yourselves. Share what you wish, and you know, we talked about this about the summit or before the summit. It's all about just having fun and allowing it to come through you. It's your devotion, right? Just by being you. So keep being amazing.
Thank you.
And get curious. Keep that playfulness and curiosity. That is like the greatest gift that we have here as a family.
Yeah, it's
And
so
also, I wanna just before you go, Shaw, like really admire everyone showing up in this call today.
Mm.
I'm really, really grateful.
thank you.
Shaw.
I'm grateful for
Yeah.
the vulnerability that both of you are willing to show, and the way you reflect on yourselves. It's beautiful to see.
Thank you. Yeah, I really felt like sharing, even though it's the end of the call and maybe we'll just bring this into the family meeting. It might not be the best time now, but I really felt it was just I feel like the one big thing that's looming over our head from making, or my head, but I feel like it's probably for both of us, uh, that's preventing us from seeing everything as just that fun, that playfulness, is the monetary aspect. And that's why I wanted to bring it up, because it's so funny, because I'm here with a bunch of you guys who are into Bitcoin, and you're always talking about how the monetary system is what it is, and so I just really felt like maybe we'll talk more about that, Eric, in the family meeting, because it's time. But yeah, the monetary aspect is kind of looming over our heads, and that's making it not as fun. It feels more like a struggle, like a fight to go.
What is the need? What is the need?
We're like 29, well, 28 or $29,000 in debt to Ian from the venue. So we have to pull it together in the last month. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thanks for sharing with the universe.
Thank you.
Let the universe fucking to figure this out. It's not about you. It's not you in there.
Wow. Thank you.
And Jing, you were just in the place you were sharing earlier about the raising funds. Maybe there is something there. It happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Thank you, Shaw, by the way, for sharing, for opening up what's the struggle. And it took 1 hour to get to the struggle finally.
we got to it. We got to it. Yeah.
We got into it. Yeah.
Sounds like utilizing the resources that you guys have cultivated and the tools and tactics that you've experienced in Vancouver, and what you used, and utilizing those personal connections of being yourselves instead of worrying so much about the media, is what needs to be the focus, is like really developing those personal relationships with the people that you have learned from or been around, to then amplify the way that you can call in the energy that's necessary, because the universe is resonating by your energy, your frequency, your vibrations, And if that is aligned with the need of your monetary needs, that will just be easy. But if you're constantly stuck in this disempowering approach, it's not going to be in service to the greater good. It's going to be in service to a fear that is looming over you. And that's the thing is, you know, energy, money, it can be fearful if we allow it to. We were just talking about this with my dad this morning. You know, it's something that has been happening for thousands of years. So when we allow what the real wealth is, which is the energy of this togetherness, the playfulness, the curiosity, the beingness of what's really coming through our hearts, then there's nothing that needs to be proven anymore. You're just being yourself. And so that reverence of that wealth is coming through, and then you're going to receive that as well. With playfulness, with fun, with joy.
And also, there must be another opportunity. I don't know how many already attendees you have. How many young leaders it's already signed up?
15, 12. It's in the low teens. I'm actually unsure exactly what the number is, but I believe
So
it's
it's
in the
like 10, 20, 10, 20.
I feel like, yeah.
And the venue is for 3,000?
No, 200.
Oh, 200. Like somehow, like I remember you were saying like, okay. Yeah, so, you know, maybe there is some flexibility, possibility. Change the fucking venue, go in the forest, figure it out, invite all those 10 leaders to figure it out how to fund the venue. You know, like there must be opportunities, there must be ways how to engage everyone who is want to be a leader.
Thank you.
And there's also ways to connect with Ian that might be in a more vulnerable, authentic way to see his needs, how he can
Transparency.
be recognizing the, you know, the massive thing that you're stepping into, you know, so recognizing that availability and that communication may be available to you by being real and being authentic and by being true.
Like acting out of fear, what it's super selfish. It's taking things personally.
Definitely.
Yeah, vulnerability, transparency. I would invite those into presence more. Flexibility, playfulness. Just fucking be real. Put that on social media, Meijing, if that's the create a content about it. There's nothing. You just fucking share the truth. Be real. I know it's uncomfortable. It can be uncomfortable. It can be challenging. It can be out of box, out of norms, and you know, yeah, whatever. There is like billions of ways.
Another aspect of safety, feeling safe, is that there is no such thing as safety. In order to accept what we're here to do on Earth, you have to embrace uncertainty. You can do your homework, you can show up prepared, but there is no safety net ever for anything we do. And I think most people who sit in their fear for too long are looking for or desiring safety, but the only safety you'll achieve by going for that as a goal is a false sense of security, because it doesn't exist. So the sooner you embrace uncertainty, the sooner you are free of this burden, and the sooner you get to spend your energy more efficiently.
Mm.
Did
Is
that help,
anything
Sean?
coming through to yeah, is anything coming through you both, Sean and Jane?
I felt both of them really intensely, and I just had a moment where I was like, "Holy fuck, we are so blessed and lucky to be here with
At the same thing,
all
yeah.
these people
Amazing.
who are like giving wisdom." Like, holy shit, you know what I mean? It's wow. But I really like the idea of switching the venue possibility, and what was coming through for me with Ian is, yeah, I we can sit down and have a real conversation with him. I mean, that is also a possibility. I have to weigh all the options. I was kind of just appreciating all of them for their different reasons, you know. So, yeah, maybe all the above in some way.
Jane?
Yeah, just processing it, feeling it. Yeah, being more open. I think Ian understands because we have been expressing it to him, and he knows how much we're working and how much effort and how big of a project it is. So that's why he's been actually so gracious. Like he actually allows us to stay at the lodge every time we're in Portland. He's like, you guys can stay here, you guys can camp here, you guys can. So he's very gracious. He's a very gracious human. So I know we've been actually trying to get on a call with him, but it's been difficult because now it's summer, so he has a lot of events happening. So hopefully here in the next few days we can get on a call and open that space to let him know what's happening. And if it's not possible to renegotiate something, then we go for another space.
Beautiful. That was just
And Sean,
$29 of saving energy right there, and unblocking stranded worry and fear right there by just finding a new solution. So do you see how there's always a solution available to us? There is no, like, there is no certainty. Certainty comes from you both.
and also one thing I want to add, the Shaw, like once you opened up about it, I became a part of it. I like and like I'm like I want us to figure that out together with you. To like it becomes, I feel more playful, I feel more inclusive, and I feel a part of yeah. Thank you.
Fly over, come, bro.
So I need to make some out to Lithuania first. One goal at a time. One goal at a time, okay?
Okay.
Beautiful. So you guys,
such a beautiful beings.
I think that we yeah, it was an amazing call today, and I think that this was really broke through a lot of things for everyone. And if there's anything that we can do more, you let us know. We're in the community, and keep going, keep being.
I also want to share something that I feel I recognize. Eric was the most silent today out of all the calls. He was like, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, I was feeling the same. I was like, I want to hear from Eric. I want to see what's going on.
Yeah. Eric, how do you
I don't-
feel? What's going on?
I really say much when there's things happening that are very congruent and in alignment, and I don't need to duplicate the words, there's no necessary when there's wisdom showing up, and I don't feel like there's misalignment or things that are incongruent with my inner nature being, this is where, like, and I just want to show actually to Beijing is how there is no control here. You see how I don't need to control it, and it's by trusting in the nature of what's coming through is so sound and so in integrity. But I don't need to be the one that says it.
Exactly.
No, it doesn't need to come from my word. My word, if it's coming through all of us, because it's the same thing, it's not about me. So one thing that I just want to really emphasize, remember what I said the other day. If we are the light, that means that we also have to spread light on others. Right? It doesn't mean that it's just about one person. It means that we see the light in each person and we allow that light to come through. Right? Because if you're going to project any of those limitations, that's only your own. So this is something that I just want us to observe and pay attention to. And if I don't need to speak, trust me, I won't speak. I prefer to.
I noticed. And yeah, it's beautiful to see you in this energy, in full trust. Yeah, I kind of missed you in this call. That's I told you that everything is a side effect or like a bonus to, to having a conversation. Yeah.
I love you fellas and lady. But I really just want to say I love having Sagitas and Lao like really next to me all the time. These guys are my brothers in arms, like we're really changing the world as a team, and there is nothing that we can't do as a family, and we're getting stronger every day. And so this is very important too, that you both realize that when you're vulnerable with us and you're available and you're willing and you're truthful, because we can see past the bullshit. Remember what Sakita said, I can see everything. Nothing gets past us. So there's nothing that, even if you try to hide, it doesn't happen. It's very, very evident. And so the point is that we're here to support you, but you have to be honest and open and transparent.
One thing to add, that today and now just by hearing your reflections, Eric, like I saw the eagle flying up, just like it came in front of the car and just passed, and I was like, "Hi, Eric," and you have the eagle eyes and you have eagle tattoo on your shoulders. So yeah, that's.
The eagle is my spirit energy. And it's always been since I was a little boy, and it's because I always connect to the nature of being able to connect to our great teacher, but also being grounded here in the physical space. And also the bodhisattvas, they would have one wing would be wisdom, and the other wing would be compassion, and that's how you could fly between the worlds. And so there's this emphasis of the eagle in my spirit that I really bring from my true nature. It's why when you guys, I'll always send like funny emojis like with the eagle, because that's how I see myself, as an eagle. So
mine is an ant, by the way. Is an ant.
Isn't that the strongest animal?
No matter how many of us you squish, there are more. There are always more.
Bro, I have in a car ants, like hundreds of them, and they come every 2 days. The new batch of them comes out. I have literally ant nest somewhere under the hood.
They are part
Couldn't
of
hear you, Lau.
We are also.
Yeah. So both of your spirits then here traveling around.
Of the cosmos trying to realize itself.
It's
Beautiful. I have another call in 5 minutes, so I have to run, but big love to you all, okay? And we will see you tomorrow for different calls, Sigitas, and then the youth of this, we'll see you on Monday.
Have a good week. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you much, love. Thank you so much for today.
Big
Ciao.
love.
And you too, Eric and Lau. Have fun over there.
Have fun together. Yes, enjoy each other.
You remember my spiritual animal is a rocket, so enjoy,
Yes, I know.
it has to be somewhere around.
The rocket.
So before this call, okay, and speaking of rockets, so just before this call, and that's why I was kind of out to the side, Foster was like, hey guys, can you come to site tomorrow to do a big major walkthrough? And I was like, yeah. So we're going to a big major walkthrough on site tomorrow. It's gonna be exciting. I'll take pictures.
So cool. Please. Hey,
gonna see-
and we need to show up, and we need to show up in the world. So these are staying where are they staying, not moving a fuck.
Yeah.
In the history books.
I agree. Before we leave this physical space, all of us, we're going to create the abundance that this physical world deserves versus the scarcity that's been created through those machines that are sitting outside of Sakita's car.
Mm.
They are the history. That's it.
Putting the stake in the ground for us right now. All boom.
Yeah. Yeah. Boom. In our lifetime. Non-negotiable.
Unnegotiable.
Love you all. Ciao. Have a beautiful Friday
Ciao.
weekend. Much love you too. You look amazing over there.
We love you and we miss you and we